As you can see, it's fairly easy to set up and use custom variables in your project. It just takes a matter of minutes to set up and then you're up and going. Compared with the amount of effort and the amount of expertise that's required to extend the data model using a data type plugin, this is just many times easier. However, there are some significant risks and downsides to using custom variables, particularly the kind that are shared across projects. One downside is that custom variable definitions are not portable. Because we have to enter them manually through the UI, and there's no supporting API that allows us to just pick them up and drop them somewhere else, it's very difficult to take a variable set from one XNAT and port it to a second one. So for example, if you're collecting data on a development system and then you want to move it to a production system, or if you want to migrate data from your research XNAT to a publication XNAT for public data sharing. In order to successfully do that, you would have to make sure that you replicated the custom variable setup in each detail on both systems. Not the worst thing, but it is a little bit of a headache. The second major downside, and this could be a deal breaker for many admins, is that custom variable sets that are meant to be shared across projects are not secure. This means that any project owner can not only access your custom variable definitions, but they can edit those definitions and modify them. This is very much undesired behavior, and it's a known bug in XNAT. However, fixing it is much more complicated than it might sound, and probably requires a complete rewrite of this entire functionality. So, if you want to use custom variables and you want to use them across multiple projects, you kind of have a choice of two paths. One is to go ahead and set up custom variables in a way that's shareable across projects, but it requires a lot of trust between you and your users. And the other approach would be to set them up individually as non-shareable custom variable sets and just be very meticulous in duplicating the setup for each project so that the variables and their values show up equally in each place. It's not ideal, but as you can see, this is a valuable feature in terms of its speed and efficiency. It just does have these risks and downsides that need to be taken into account.